Hello, and welcome to another episode of Better Than Wolves. I'm Rathan01. Let's get started. Okay, alright, so here we are with my anvil, which is awesome. So now I can do soul-forged steel stuff. So I did some setup beforehand, but what I'm going to do is make some items, and then I'm going to go down there and I am going to build a auto-pottery. So because this slapping it down and having to shovel it off is kind of a pain, and I need a whole bunch of soul urns, so I'm going to make an auto-pottery maker thing. What I'm going to need is I'm going to need some block dispensers, and this is the recipe for block dispensers. As you'll notice, it is 4x4, which you can only do in the anvil. So that's for the block dispenser. You only need one of each of those. This is just so I can do 3 of them, although I think I only need 2. And then this is the sensor block, which I have decided I actually don't need in the auto pottery. I need it in the auto soul urn maker, where it places the soul urn, drops the redstone, ground netherrack, excuse me, and creates the soul urns. So I don't actually need to make those, but I do need to make a buddy block, which is what this is. These are redstone eyes, and the redstone eyes are created with this recipe. All the stuff you gotta use the anvil. And I'm also going to make myself some tools. This is the recipe for the mattock. The halves are a strap, some glue, and a molding. And that makes 1 half. So you gotta have 3 halves. And I don't know why I just didn't do it like that. Oh, this is the recipe for doing steel plates. You need steel plates to make like the soul-forged steel armor. So we are going to make, oops, what are you doing here? Alright, we'll make the mattock, and if you don't know, the mattock is a shovel and a pickaxe combined. And then we will make the battle axe, and the battle axe is an axe and a sword combined. So then you only need 2 tools to do 4 tools worth of work. Cuts down on what you got to put in your space on your hotbar. So then let's see, we will do that. If you don't know, you just double click on the item and it picks up all the stuff in your inventory and all the stuff in the box that you're currently in. I'm just doing it like that because I don't want to mess with any of those. And that's all I need there. So I am going to do, I just need 2 of these. Oh, no. Yeah. So these are block dispensers. They're not regular dispensers. These actually output the block and will place it just like, just as if you placed it. So it'll place it out like that. And then it'll suck it back in again. When you apply power, it places it. When you take away the power, then it sucks the item back in. So if you actually put it up against something and supply power to it, like that, and if you supplied power to it, it would then suck the chest in, which would drop all the items. Whenever a chest, because it's basically kind of like breaking it and picking it up at the same time. Alright, so let's do this. Oops. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's my buddy block, that. Okay, so I can go and put this over here. Oh, and I can also make the Infernal Enchanter now, which is 2 black candles, a bone, my extra enchantment table, and 5 soulforged steel. That one you can make in a regular crafting, on a regular crafting table. Don't need that. The stone. And I'll take that with me. I already made some plate boots. So I should have everything. There's like a lot of water here, so I dug that hole just so the water wouldn't go out and start flooding through everywhere. And this is kind of the back part of the bottler, which is going to be, you know, completely redone to be automatic. But I'm just gonna, while I've got power, I figure, excuse me. I was sick for about a day and a half, and still got this little pathetic cough that just does not want to go away. Mind you, it's only been a day since I've gotten, well, actually, today is Sunday, so my fever broke this morning. So it hasn't even been a day. Wasn't much of one, but it was enough to be annoying. And of course, this is my week off. Had some use or lose that I had to take. Use or lose vacation. And of course, I got sick the last 3 days, basically. So that was awesome. Alright, let's put this down here, and this over here. I got plenty of those. I got that. I got that. Alright. So what I need to do is I need to get yeah. Alright, so we got, no, that's not what I wanted. I want the turntable. That's a piston. The texture pack needs to be a little bit different. It's too easy to confuse those. They look too much alike. That definitely looks different, but it only looks like that when it's upright. See, I don't like that. I don't know what that's supposed to look like. I don't know if it's supposed to look like some sort of door or panel or something. I'm not sure. But it doesn't look like a sticky piston. And that's what this, you know, it's the texture pack. This looks like it's got some sticky stuff on it. Red, I don't know why they picked red. It's green slime, but who knows? Okay, so put that there. Turntable. Alright, now, this is the thing. I don't know how high up I can dig here. I did the basic dig out of this room just to figure out, you know, if there was any, if I was going to have any problems fitting anything in. Oh yeah, it's like the water level right there. So, alright, I am going to, alright, so the way, the way I like to do this, make sure I can actually get up here, is I put the buddy block right there. So then what that does is every time it turns and activates the side that has the little smiley face kind of thing to it. That's where it'll output a redstone signal. So the thing about turntables is they turn 2 blocks above it. So you can place another block up here and you can see it turns both of them, although that one broke off because of that. So, oh, come back here. There we go. Alright, so let's get rid of that. So what I need is, I'm going to need for it to push it out this direction. So what I'm going to do is take this, you don't need that, and I will put that over there. Alright, now this is the other thing that I don't like about this texture pack. It took the redstone torches and changed them to candles. He wanted to make it look rustic, but it doesn't look right. He should have done some kind of, make it look kind of magical or something. I don't know. Maybe red candles or some sort of red something in them with the redder flame or something. Just something to look different than regular candles. They're not candles. So this is where the block dispenser comes in. Oops. Nope. Crap. It is going to be triggered by that redstone torch, so I cannot place this here. I have to move it over 1. Okay. Well, it's not that big of a deal. There. Yeah, of course. Turntable. Turntable buddy block. There we go. That's not that big of a deal. Alright, so what I need to do up here, put that up there, that there, and, oh probably gonna put that out of the way. Okay, and oop, oh, over there. So put that there. Get rid of this. Oop, no, still need that. Gotta put that in there. All right, so now let's get this stuff out of the way because I don't need this here. And alright, so that is going to put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And a torch. So this is going to count. This is the number of blocks. The number of blocks, it'll count every time this rotates one complete turn. It'll come back, it'll send the pulse through the repeater, which will go into the dispenser. The dispenser will place one block and then immediately remove it because the power goes off as it turns. So you got to figure, basically it is, it's pretty much 2 blocks for each type of pottery that you want. So, no, that was not right. Food in me there, so let's go here, and I should have went and got more because I made a whole bunch of urns. So if you go and do, go and do this, no, that's where I'm going to do the infernal library. Now wait till it punches. So that's 1 turn, 2 turns, and then 3 turns would be so it's 2 turns to get to the shape, and then it'll do the as you see, then it'll do the redstone torch. So you've got your crucible is the first 2. You've got your planner is the second 2. You've got your vase is the third 2. And you've got your urn the fourth 2. So then you have it trigger the you send the redstone pulse through and push out the piston. So now that it will push off the item that you want in a nice compact little way, let's see what I need it to do. I need it to I need this to send a signal. Okay, now how did I make it send the signal? I believe it was just... Oops, no, I do not want to do that. Okay, oh yeah, I wanted to place this. And I actually, now I'm trying to remember, does this? Okay, it needs to go through there. It triggers that. Now I'm trying to remember how I did this. Ah, okay. Yeah, now I remember. Okay, so I need to send a pulse out this way. Now there needs to be an always on signal. Nope. That needs to go over here. There we go. I need that. There might be an easier way of doing this, but I'm not sure. Oh no, gotta get rid of that, or it'll pulse every time. that there. Oh no, I need to have it come in straight. There we go. Yes, I can't jump. Okay, so we'll put this in right here. Alright, so now I put the clay in there, so that should pulse off then on. Ah, this is why I need a second repeater. That's what it was. I knew I needed 2 repeaters or something. I think I can do it on. Ah. Yeah, that wasn't what I wanted. Put that there, that there, and that there, that there, and that there. That in here to get rid of it. And since this is all enclosed, it should push out all of the clay blocks and all the unrefined clay. Now this doesn't have an automatic yeah, there's no automatic compactor, because that's one of the things you have to do now. The block dispenser used to output you put in clay balls and it would output clay, you know, it'd take 4 and output a cube or a clay block. Flower Child got rid of that, and it will only spit out it won't make the conversion. It'll only put out the balls as basically a brick, because now you can automate brick building or brick making in the kiln. Before, you couldn't do that because it would automatically make them into a block. So now he's added the option of being able to use pistons, and you can take a piston, and if you make an enclosed area like this, and you put a piston, like, oops, like that, and you put in your clay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you supply redstone power. It makes a clay block. You have to have it enclosed for it to do that. So it has to be enclosed on basically on 5 sides, and then the piston makes the 6th side that's enclosed. And you can even hear the little squish as it makes it, and you've got your block. But it makes it as an actual block. I put the piston, I used a sticky piston. It's because I had it in my inventory, but it was also nice in how that it pulled it out. The problem with it is you then need to do something. You have to have some way of moving it out of there, because it's not an item, it's a placed block. So then you would have to have, like, one of these sides could be a block dispenser that would then suck up the block. So yeah, that would be the ideal way to do it. So as you can see, I'll put that in there, and you can see it's already working great. It's already making all the blocks that I need. It'll just keep going, and then when it gets a block, it'll automatically place it. That's why you use it this way. I can just put a lever right here, and I can shut it off, and what it'll do is it'll stop at whatever point it is. If there's something on it, it'll stop it wherever it's at. If there's not something on it, it'll remember, you know, where it's turning, and then when you turn it on, once it cycles through and gets to that that block, the redstone torch, when the redstone torch kicks off, it'll automatically place it. So you don't have to worry about nothing will go bad if you run out of blocks, and it won't forget where it is unless you go in and start moving any of these blocks around. As soon as you move a block in a dispenser, it resets its position, and it will count when it goes through. As you notice, it goes through each one in order, left to right, each row all the way down. Unlike some of the other things, like a grinder or a dispenser or some of those others where it's random, the block dispenser is in order from top to bottom, left to right. So that is my bottler. Now I need to go and get a whole bunch of clay, because I actually went and grabbed a little bit, but a couple of ponds I went to had no clay in them. One only had 2 blocks of clay in it, which was very odd. I don't think I've ever seen that little clay in it, but it was kind of a small pond. So I definitely need to go get some more clay, but hopefully you guys can use this. It's a pretty good design. Basically what you'll want to do is this collects everything. So it collects the unrefined pottery, and it collects the clay balls. So what you can do is you can have get mechanical power to this, and you can put a filter in that would filter out the clay, the unfired clay urn, or whatever you want. Because like I said, you can just take however many out that you want, or put in however many items, and they have to be completely different items so that they don't stack, but unique items in here. And I could get to, because the urn, right after the urn, if I put 2 more items in, it would create the mold. And a lot of people didn't seem to understand what the mold was for. Actually, I have enough. Yeah, I have enough. Let's do that. Alright, let's go in here. So I don't have sandstone. And do I have smooth stone? Yes, I have smooth stone. So I can have it put down anything I want. So I'll have it. No, I want to put down one of them. One of them. There we go. Alright. So I can put this in here. So now what this should do is it's going to count 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And then on the 11th turn, it should push off a mold. Or molding. Mold. I think it's a mold. It's been a while since I used it. So, okay, there's the urn. And then I pushed it off, and I got a unfired pottery. Okay, so yeah, the next big thing is to have this fire the pottery. So that's going to be built down there as well. The problem is you got to be real careful about how you build it, because you are putting stoked fire near a bunch of gears and stuff, so you don't want stuff catching on fire. So the molding, the mold is something that's used in the anvil. So if you notice, it's still there even though I dropped out. I don't have it in my inventory. This actually keeps the mold in place, and only the mold. What you can do is, if you are creating a lot of something, then you could fill up all the spaces that you're not using, that are empty. Like for the battle axe, you could fill up all these spaces here, and then these two spaces here, and then you could, it just makes it a little bit easier to place things. Plus, it stays there, so you can come back if you need to go and get more. You come back, and it's still in place. It's helpful. I've used it a little bit. If there was if this was some sort of automated thing, then you could use it like, you could say, pour metal in these areas, put wood in these areas, and leave these areas that are blocked by the mold. You use these blocks to create a mold. So that is pretty much it. So that's half an hour. I got my auto pottery done. Oh yeah, so what I was saying is you need to sort this. You put another hopper over here. You set this up so that you put a piston here, and you filter the clay balls from the urns, or from whatever you've produced. So the clay balls would fall through, or the clay balls would fall through into the hopper, and then into some other system, maybe just a drop down to where it can be compressed. Yeah, you could set up the piston here. So if it drops it here, actually, yeah, you could set this here. That there. Oh, it won't work because of that. It's got to be a solid. It can't be a opaque block there. So I probably just have it drop down. And in this situation, you'd need to have a piston push. Yeah, you could do that. All right. So yeah, so you could do this. You'd have to do it down another set of blocks. Yeah. Okay, so you put your piston there. And then you'd have this blocked like that, and as it drops down into here, you have this trigger. You'd want to have it count. Maybe have it fall into a dispenser that would count out 4, because you need 4 to make a block. Otherwise, it'll just push, and if you've only got 3, it'll just push it into there, and then eventually they'll despawn if you don't have any more come through. So you could lose up to 3 of them. And you also have to have your other, like a dispenser, to suck up the blocks over here, but they won't suck up the clay balls. It'll only suck up the blocks. So that is my auto pottery. I'm not sure. There might be an easier way to, or a more compact way of doing this section back here. If anybody has an idea on how to make it a little more compact, please write a comment. Let me know. That would be very cool. Because I think it's pretty much as refined as I think I can get it, and it works well. And I'm happy now that I'm getting to automate some stuff. So offline, I'll go grab some more clay. I'll get that working, and I'll figure out how I'm going to fit in the auto pottery. I think I'll be able to fit it in this room because there's water right over there. Every once in a while, you'll see a squid come over here because there's literally water right outside on the other side of these two blocks. So you'll see tentacles kind of come through here. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and please tune back in for another one. Have a good day.
Hi, thanks for watching my video. You can click on the huge subscribe button at the bottom to be updated whenever I put up a new video to YouTube. You can also click on the Twitter and the Google Plus button, and that will take you to my pages there. So thanks again for watching, and have a good day.